Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to have a look at some Jurassic Park figures. I saw these announced a little while ago around sort of, I guess, Comic-Con time, and I've been looking for some decent Jurassic Park figures for a while, and these ones just did it for me. They caught my eye, should we say? But yeah, great. Really happy to get them because the release dates on these things seem to be all over the place. Some are saying, sort of November. It's August now, but I kept an eye on Amazon, and I sort of just kind of managed to snag them really unexpectedly. I thought I'd have to wait a lot longer for them, but so there's this collection is called the Amber Collection. I think they're obviously they're from Mattel, so they're going on that sort of collector's line. I don't think these are really for kids. Obviously, as always, same with the kind of WWE Elite figures. I think they're geared much more towards adult collectors, but yeah, great for kids as well. If they want that extra level of detail, I think. They've got a few that I might complete the collection with, but the ones I got straight away were the ones I wanted, because I wanted just to create that classic scene in Jurassic Park with Dennis Nedry and the Dilophosaurus. Let's have a look. Dilophosaurus. I think I'm pronouncing it right, but I could well be wrong on that one. So the Amber Collection, these are. We'll take a look at the boxes a bit later, but so again, sort of premium figures, and really good for display. I'm hoping they come with an extra few bits and pieces. Just grab. We've got Nedry here, who's my favourite character. I think a lot of people's favourite characters in this one. So yeah, him and his escape from the park, trying to obviously take all the DNA with him. So we've got some extra hands and the famous kind of shaving can there with them all in. So yeah, should be great. So let's take a look at these and see what we think. Okay, so here we have the two figures straight out of the delivery box here. So we'll take a look at Mr. Nedry in a second. For now, we'll just look at our Dilophosaurus. So here we've got the Amber Collection branding. Don't know if these are just like a one shot from Mattel, or whether we're going to see some more of these. I saw that they were doing an Ian Malcolm one with the holding up the flare, which I think I'll probably give in and grab that one as well. I'm sure there'll be a T-Rex at some point on the way that will cost me a fortune, but yeah, they do look, they're really nice looking figures, so that could be one to add. So we've got the sign here in the box, so obviously you get a few accessories here which we can go over once we open them up, but we've got the East Dock sign, and that arrow spins around as well, I'm led to believe, which is great because obviously it recreates that iconic scene in the movie. And then we've got kind of the spitting venom there, looks really great when he sort of has that connected. And then you've got this bit, which I believe you can remove the thrill from around the neck and connect this piece to kind of have him when he's not showing his thrill there. So I think it looks better with. So I'm pretty sure I'll display it with it, and with the kind of poison or venom spitting out. And then there's just like a clear piece here that you connect to him, I think, just to make it a little bit more stable. And then you've got like an amber stand as well for him, which again we'll take a closer look at in a minute. But in terms of the packaging, yeah, really nice. I don't know if camera's picking this up, but it actually got some nice raised elements on the packaging. You've got the amber effects, and obviously the classic logo with the amber sort of stuff. That's it, kind of Mattel there. A bit of kind of weathering on there. So yeah, really nice. That's the sort of front of the box. We go over the top, and then just the kind of nice sort of fossilised effects on there. Same again, really. Jurassic Park there, and then over onto the back. Not too much going on. Got the Amber Collection again. Just shows a bit of a closer up on the figure, and then the various different languages there. But yeah, some nice elements to it. Looks good. Again, I think I'll be breaking these out, so box is not too much a concern for me, but yeah, looks good. If we go on to his friend here, so smaller box, obviously, much smaller figure, but you know, same sort of details on here. Got the Amber Collection and the shape. They've chosen to kind of go for this sort of diagonally shaped element to the box, which is fine. I mean, this one arrived in an envelope, which I was dreading when the guy turned up, and yeah, Amazon are kind of always a bit 50-50 when you're buying figs, really. You can get the nicely packaged and protected in a box, but yeah, when this showed up in a padded jiffy envelope, I was thinking the worst, really. But yeah, good all in all, really. So there's him and his accessories in there, another stand for him there. Again, this has got Jurassic Park logos, and then again just him from the movie. Yeah, again, this has got the kind of raised element. You've got that raptor claw, I believe, there. Just a raised element, and then you've got the mosquito caught in the amber. So yeah, nice packaging, looks good. But let's get them out of the box, and we'll see what they're like inside. Okay, so just having a look at getting him out of the box. There's a cool little feature on the back of this one where you can actually open it up like this. So if you want to keep the box intact, you can, which I tend to do. I tend to kind of keep the boxes just in case I want to put them back in at some point. But yeah, you can get this out without damaging too much of the outer box. Obviously, there's a few cable ties on the figure and some of the accessories, so you know, you're not going to ever keep it completely intact when you're unboxing. But yeah, I think for the most part, if you want to put it back in the box and potentially, you know, seal it back up later for safety, you can. But let me just grab this out and we'll see what it looks like out of the box. And so there we go, all out of the box. Contents here, we have our dino. He's looking great. He's pretty poseable as well. I thought, you know, with the weird dimensions, he might be quite awkward, but no, you can stand him up and he poses really well in a variety of poses there, which is pretty cool. You get the e-stock sign, which we said, and as we thought, it does spin around, which is cool. It's a really nice feature from it. You also get this amber stand, which I guess is the Amber Collection. I'm not sure I'll pose him on that, to be honest. Maybe,
I'll just see how much space I've got, because it takes up quite a lot of space, floor space, whereas I thought you might need it for him to stand up, but yeah, that's not the case. You get a little connection as well to kind of show you here, just to kind of put in there. This was one of the things you got in there as well. It's a really easy little piece that just a slot in its mouth, that you can put the kind of spraying venom in, which again looks really cool when it's posed. It's one of the things that sold me on it. I think it looked great, especially with Nedry's face when it sort of spits it at him. So to pose them both when he's in action is really good. Yeah, the tail is pretty poseable here. It's got like a sort of rubber finish on the tail, and the rest of the body is just plastic. But yeah, the tail has got a sort of rubber finish on the bottom, which is pretty cool. You can take the frill off as well and put there's another piece that just goes over there, which we saw earlier, that just kind of makes him in his sort of normal state. But I think anyone who's going to pose this is going to want him with the frill on. So yeah, pretty good deco on there. Looks like we remember him from the movies, or near enough, I'm sure. But yeah, really, first impressions are really good, and yeah, we'll pose him up and we'll get Nedry unboxed and we'll see how they look together. So here we have him on his stand. Yeah, I was 50-50 whether I was going to put him on there. The stand's a bit confusing as well, because the arms are actually on a hinge, and you have to move the hinge around to get him in the right position. But I think I've got there. Yeah, it looks all right. I think I'll display them and then just see what I think. Good articulation in the limbs. I mean, they don't go everywhere, but you know, there's some joints on the elbows and on the wrists, and on the legs, of course, just to pose it properly, and on the tail, sort of goes up and down depending on how you want to pose. So there is some posability there on him. So yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with him, and I think it's going to look great once we get him beside Nedry. So now we are on to Nedry. So again, same here on the box. It's just a few bits of tape along the side, and it's got a flap that opens up, and that just gets us to the inner box here. Well, just all connected here, but again, you can keep the box in good shape if you need to. But let's cut some ties and get him out. So here we have the figure and all the contents. So we've got our stand, we've got the extra face. Focus on him after he's had the poison sprayed at him. So I think as we've got our poison spraying dinosaur, we'll display him with that. We've got the extra hands that just snap off, just like, yeah, all the other sort of premium figures that we're used to these days. We've got our Barbasol. Yeah, a little bit of war damage there on those ones, but you also get the inside, which has got all the DNA that slips perfectly inside the can, as you would expect. That's a cool little feature, and I'll be displaying him with that in hand. Over to the figure. Yeah, really good, really pleased with it. Good likeness, I think. Obviously not, you know, not photorealistic, I'd say, but good enough for display. You've got his ID badge for the park, you've got some nice branding there. The Jurassic Park logo, and then just his Mac. That's got a kind of rubber feel to it as well. Oh wow, look, just as the light's catching it there, that it's got some rain effects. That's really cool. I didn't notice that before, but yeah, obviously in the scene in the movie it's pouring down with rain, so that's really nice to have that all over his rain jacket there. In terms of articulation, yeah, really good. It's got swivels on the elbow joints and on the upper arm, on the hands, on the middle, of course. I mean, the jacket kind of prohibits too much movement, but you can pose kind of up and down there. Knees, upper leg there. Feet are a bit limited, but again, you'll probably be posing them on the stand, so not too much of a worry there. But again, some really nice kind of muddy detail on those legs from where he ends up in the mud. So yeah, here's with the other head. I will be displaying him with the poison-soaked face, so I'll do a quick change there and we'll see him in his other mode. So, quick change of the hands and the head. New head is on. Maybe it's just my one, but I had a bit of trouble getting this hand off the left hand, but got there in the end. Was always a bit worried about these things with the pegs, that they're pretty fragile, that I was going to break it, but I finally got it on and probably won't be removing that for a while. But this is kind of the intended pose that I wanted him in anyway. So he's obviously got the poison or the venom been sprayed in his face, and yeah, I think that's a pretty good pose. I'll do a little bit of tweaking, but then yeah, we can see him with the dino. So here we have the complete setup that I wanted, and yeah, this is great. This is how I wanted it to look. I think, I'm really pleased with that. I think I'll put that on display, and yeah, it might even convince me to get the Ian Malcolm, I think, now, because I really like that, even though he hasn't got a dinosaur yet to go with him. It does. These have kind of convinced me that I need to complete the collection here, so yeah, just swing it round a bit. I think for any fan of the original film, I think this is a great little addition to your collection.
So that was the Jurassic Park Amber Collection by Mattel. Pretty cool. I think I'll probably invest in the rest if I can find them. Only original Jurassic Park though. I like the new movies, but yeah, not really looking to start a collection there. Nedry and Dilophosaurus were pretty good. Look great in the collection. Around sort of 20-30 pounds, British pounds. So an investment, but yeah, if you're a fan, then you're probably going to go ahead and get them. So if you liked the content, please like and subscribe, all the usual business, because that will help me out, be great, and I'll do a few more videos for you. Okay, what was that? Look, sticks to it. I gotta go.